Hello, my name is Catherine, and I am one of the 3 full-time professional tutors here at RIMCAD at the SLC. I specialize in anything related to your interior design classes, from drafting all the way to making that final senior portfolio. Let's get into the video. Any tip sheet that the SLC provides. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Google, the student RIMCAD email, and then go to shared drive. We'll find an SLC folder there. If you do not, you want to go to hidden shared drives and retrieve it from that, and then you'll open that folder and go to tip sheet, and then you have 2 choices here. You can choose by department or by topic. We're going to do by department, interior design, and then go and find that Revit 1 tip sheet. And here you will find the QR code to the tip sheets. You can also print and download and for easy access. And as you can see, this tip sheet goes step by step, the very basics of Revit. You'll look at the user interface, the toolbars, all of those tabs that you'll be using, how to use components, adding views and levels, creating materials, and then all the way down to rendering. If need be, please reach out to us. We're going to start with types of schedules and legends. For this example, I am staying pretty simplistic. I've just got one of each. We've got a door, a window, a wall, a ceiling with a light fixture, and furniture. And those are the main schedules that we as interior designers are going to use. 2025 now has all of these defaults in here. There is a lot of cool information here. It saves you a step from having to create one more thing. However, most of these things we will never use. Analytical bus schedule, probably not. You can delete these to get them out of your document. It saves space, time, and effort. The sheet index is a really important one. Obviously, it is all of the sheets that are going to be in your construction document. Now, again, another default of Revit 2025 is all of these sheets. These also are not handy because we want to personalize ours. And so then all of these are irrelevant. We very rarely use a level schedule. Imagine if you were doing a large hotel or building of some kind that had many levels on it, it would come in very handy. Also, structural column, foundation, framing, we probably won't ever use those. It doesn't hurt to keep them around. We're gonna really just focus on the wall, the window, door, and room finish schedule. A mark, it tells us the width, height, and we can change lots of things in this schedule. Fields, filters, sorting, formatting, and appearance. And if you open any of these edits, it opens up all the same tabs. So we can get rid of some of these things if we don't need them. The door schedule, oftentimes it will not call for material or finishes because that's going to be on a finish schedule. And so that would be redundant. Again, frame finish, we won't have frame material. Undercut, we probably don't need. And the head, jam, and sill, unless you're making a schedule for a contractor who's building maybe some specific doors, that's really the only time that that's going to come in handy. Air rating is obviously really important, especially to a commercial building, so you might want to keep it in there. Comments, we don't usually use it, at least for school stuff. Sort by the door type and size. So we're going to get rid of that one. And we're going to get rid of frame type because what we want is good old-fashioned type. And I want to put that one at the top. So now it reorganizes that for me. Hardware, we don't have any information on that, nor do we for fire rating, but that's okay because we might for other doors. We go back into that schedule properties and we can choose between some of these other tabs, and we can filter by the type, and we want to do it by size. So if we had different sizes of even the same door, we would want to change those dimensions. However, we don't, obviously, in this one. And then sorting, you would sort by type and itemize every instance. We do not want that. We want them to group. Formatting is pretty typical unless, you've got a specific font and stylization for the firm that you might be working at or something. That's the only time that you would mess with these types of things. Firm is going to give you a file template with these settings probably already pre-made, or you would learn how to make your own. Next, we're going to go to window schedule, and it's basically the same concept. Okay, so interestingly, this default one is a structural wall, and as of right now, we don't have any structural walls. So what I want to do is actually go and make a new schedule. So I'm going to go to View, Schedules. I want schedules by quantity, and I want all the way down at the bottom, because it's alphabetical, a walls. And so now it's going to ask me what I want to have in all of those columns. Type, I want not width, but thickness. However, when creating width of a wall, it refers to it as a thickness. We do want the mark. Phase created also is a really cool feature. If you're doing a remodel, then you can schedule out what is existing and what gets demolished, and then what is new construction, which is pretty great. Volume would only be necessary if it was like, structural wall and you were doing concrete and you needed to know how much concrete needed to be poured. Then that's when you would use something like volume. I'm going to go ahead and just keep it simple with these. And so now we've got this generic 8-inch wall, and it does not have a mark, so we would have to create a mark for it. Last but not least that I'm going to show is the room finish schedule. So it would be room number and name, floor finish base, wall, ceiling, and then you can also choose by level. You could do count or department, volume. So paint, you would want to figure out per gallon that you would need. All right, so I have a normal default room tag here with area. I am actually going to go to my main screen. I'm going to go to File, New, and I actually want to create a new family. And so this is going to give me an option as to what kind of family that I want to open. And I want annotation and room tag. And so, like any other family that you start to create, it gives you a reference point. And I want to start by creating a label, and I want to align to left. And all I did was click in the screen to open this edit label box. Name, number, area, wall finish, floor finish, ceiling finish, and base finish. Just because I'm kind of a nerd about it, I want to put these in an order from floor to ceiling. So now I can type in the floor. So I'm going to say concrete. Base finish will be vinyl wall. Let's do all paint. And then ceiling finish with a title, and I can load into project. Office name, number, square footage, and then all of our finishes within this room. Copy this whole room, and we're going to take off this room name, and I want to create a new room name and then change those. So now in my room finish schedule, I have room numbers 100 and 101, and then all of those finishes per room. When you create a new Keynotes legend, you will go to View, Legends, and then Keynote Legend. So by default, it only comes with these two options. Then you can add your keynote. For example, you need to create the keynote first. And so you have two options here. I'm going to do by element. And then as you can see, I've laid down this tag. Revit has hundreds of them. Then in your Keynotes legend, that number is going to be entered in legend. And then what's also cool is that when you go into properties of this Keynote legend, you can actually specify as to where you want them to be seen here on the actual sheet. And this is just a quick reference. Obviously, you can see that it does not tell you what the number is, just that it exists. All right, so thank you for watching the video. I hope that it was helpful and that you can continue on with your assignment with success. If not, feel free to reach out to myself or anyone here in the Learning Commons. Good luck.